step is to start identifying and describing your triggers, and I can help you, but from afar. I don't do one-on-one anymore. I don't do face-to-face with anyone unless I know you or know you through another means that is absolutely perfectly safe. And that means a systematic way to end trauma. That's what I'm developing, and it's free. Okay, the story behind how I came to this will not be free, because that's what I have to figure out. How do I market this and make this somewhat, everyone's got to eat, right? So that's my goal. But the actual curriculum itself is for everyone, because I'm a public school teacher. I chose to work in public school because I'm a public school product. I went to public school. All right, that's why education, self-education, social emotional learning, and reflective education, whatever it is, moral education will be for everyone, not just the people trying to do it. It should be for everyone, because some people don't have that. And don't you want to live another way? Were you just never exposed to it? All right. This has probably been the best speaking voice I've had in a long time. So I'm just going to upload this, listen to it, quickly edit it, and add some photos that I think are appropriate, and get rid of the media stuff on my computer, as well as start deleting, and abandoning. That's the feeling of abandonment. And if you did not hear it before, the three things are abandonment, betrayal, and denial. We have a crucifixion, which is pretty painful. I don't think you want to get crucified anytime soon. So that is the emotional harm made physical. Get it? Those are the three things that were done to Jesus Christ. And it's just as harmful, if not more harmful, than being physically beaten, as the emotional and mental abuse and academic cognitive abuse we do to each other.
It really doesn't matter what I'm trying to say. It's all bad. I added the academic abuse because of my students. That's what it felt like, but no. That relates to independence, because I have to be dependent on others, and that's the experience. That's the thing people keep putting back at me, like, they're asking, how did I survive? How do I describe this if you don't see things the way I see them? You know what I'm trying to say. I just don't say it the correct way, okay? I can't take this.
So the denial of my students of their federal right to learn was done by a principal. What a little man. As he left my classroom, because he was doing an evaluation, leaving his laptop. One of my students actually said, "What a little man." And I realized, oh my God, you're a genius. So I have a page on Facebook called something about kids with disabilities, don't deny them, they're all geniuses, or something like that. These will be the words of my students. They're on replay. And that's why I dedicate this project to my kids. Not my personal kids, my students. They're all my kids because they're little, they're kiddos. And that's where we begin. All right, I shared the name of the severe and profound student that I would read a storybook to every night and then cross the field before dark. Come back tomorrow and read the storybook to the kiddo. And the parent said, you know what, you haven't memorized the book yet? I said, I guess I have. And I keep turning the page and reading fluently, because reading and literacy is not just fluently reading. I'm a very good reader. I just couldn't retell, summarize, answer questions, or recall any information like plot. And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, you're right. There is something not quite right, because I used to be able to memorize, and I used to be able to recall things. I used to be able to summarize things a lot easier, especially magazine articles that I would read voraciously, as a friend of mine reminded me recently. Like, you used to read a lot. I'm like, yeah, that's the problem. I can't read. But that doesn't mean you give up. All right, 20 minutes. Now I am done. I have 6 more minutes to go. And that should be easy.
Starting now.
Oh my gosh. Hey Siri, stop timer.
We'll say that's the play.
So it doesn't matter with the digital world
I'm
today.
never going to describe it.
No,
Everything is listening.
I've relived
So
it,
when
and
that
now
person
I'm done.
recorded me in the most...
Just know they weren't expecting a survivor, victim, patient, whatever to talk. So if you're out there being predatory or awful, just realize, would you stop your behavior if you thought one day that person would tell on you?
That's all I care about. How do you fucking stop the behavior? You get them when they're young. You teach them something else. You expose them to something wonderful instead of what they are used to, or these are not options for you. Really? Why did you go to that extreme? And then you told me in your fucking therapy.
No, I'm not telling on anyone. I'm creating a methodology. Well, no, I already created it. Now I'm sharing the methodology that is supposed to help everyone. Okay, so I went outside my community. I'm done. Because every town has a school. Every city has schools, universities. And if they did it to me, then I'm pretty sure they might be doing it to you. And you should have another option than to just, take it, wither away.
What was the point of getting an education at this school that abandoned my students? Because I reached out to them, hey, I need help. You got my money, and then you did not follow through, and you have an observational relationship with this school. Well, that school abandoned and dropped that relationship, I found out later. Everything I find out because of the gossip in the school, so you can go check it. Do they still have a relationship with them? Or maybe that person was off. But you know what? I'd like to know. Of course not. They don't want people looking in on them. To detach and disconnect. That's one of their strategies. It really works until you're like, hi, the internet now exists. Would you like to pick up that conversation now? DePaul University? I'd like to.
And die. And because of suicide, people I've known who have killed themselves, people I know that are dying inside presently, and my own experience with it, just know that's the point of the story. I've lived through it. I'm sorry. I saw behind the curtain. And that's the healthcare system. And they totally failed. And I'm not going to fail. I basically never fail. It might take me a while to get something, but once I get it, it really does stick for life. All right, this is Smarty MC with Smarter Than Trauma. Excuse me, let me do that again. This is Smarty MC with Smarter Than Trauma. My poet name is Jet Black, Jet Fuel, origin Jet Fuel, but Jet Black because it's the color. I always wanted to name the colors on the Crayola crayons, but I was told, nope, somebody already has that job. You can't do that. But this is a new color because it's blacker than black, darker than dark. It's the darkness that I saw and was so like, whoa, how could you do that? How could you F up your name? Somebody gave you that name. How could you mess it up? Your name is everything. And that's where we begin. All right. That's it. So I'm done with the podcasting this month. The goal is to do 21 minutes of visuals, put it on the internet, and like I said to someone today who asked me, well, actually, what I'm writing is something to basically say, read that. Don't talk to me anymore. I'm done talking about it. Just read that, and you can get everything that you need to know. And I'm a living writer, which is invaluable because you can ask questions. Do you have any questions about what you read? And that's the conversations I'd like to have. But other than that, not interested. So that has been the goal. I'm almost there. I'm so close. And all I have to do is keep writing every day like I used to do in college. That's it. I was a very good writer. And that's why I said I'm going to give that away. Okay? I wanted to do adult literacy after, ending my days with public school. Because I was kind of getting sick of it, quite frankly. I was like, oh, it's like the same thing. I'm almost too good at it because it's natural. Let's try something more challenging. Adult education and adult literacy at like community colleges. Now that would be interesting for sure.
Technically smarter. What you kind of do is challenge it to make these things called gold cries and soul cries.
So I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. Soul cries, gold cries. It's just all bits and pieces. But you know what? I stayed at that school because there was a crisis. And if I wasn't there, this new principal really did mess up these kids because he wasn't doing the right thing. And I learned it because that second year, he didn't even hire a teacher, no substitute for the kids, because that's money, $100 a day, let's say. A bucket full of money, and you didn't give it to the kids that need it. They showed me they can just violate the IEP, so that's what I'm saying. Why would I even go into this profession when it meant nothing?
And the one thing that books do give to you is just simple enjoyment. You should be able to enjoy life, don't you think? All right, that's it, and I am done. All right, I'm on to poem 2. So poem 1 is finished. Poem 2 I'm working on right now. The title is Words Do Something to Me. I have showed the poem, the written portion, a couple times. The next part is I need to read it. The next part is I need to perform it. And yes, I need to memorize it. That's the goal. Everything is created to rework and rewire my brain. The goal is to think laterally. And while you can't reproduce or create gray matter, which is what makes you technically smarter, what you can do is challenge it to make these things called gold cries and soul cries. And what they do is make the neuromuscular connection, the neurons connect faster. So what it does is when there's more surface area, it will go faster, and that's how you become smarter than trauma. And that's how I created this. All right, 23 minutes, 34 seconds, and now I am done. Okay, so that means I only have 2.5 more minutes to write. And that's the point. Math every day. My math is just very different every day now. Okay, days of the week, months of the year, mental math, gratuities, calculations, skip counting, and yes, time. I almost missed my train today, but thankfully somebody reminded me. So if you have a true friend out there that can help you or to do these things, be grateful and don't forget that they helped you. So try to help them back. And that is the full circle that I've been talking about a lot lately. Okay, everything comes back to the beginning. Don't forget, nothing is ever forgotten, truly, when let's just say when you have faith that everything is supposed to be as it's supposed to be. And violence, yes, I was supposed to go through this immense amount of violence to finally, I think, live without it. So, yay me. All right, I gotta finish doing some stuff. And I'm gonna end this recording. And I'm ready to just finish it. Thank you. Bye.